Trust me, you'll want it because it's going to be hot. We'll need to crank the AC once again. Summer is not over. It's already very warm this morning compared to yesterday morning. We're about 10 degrees warmer. Reason why we're going to be dealing with poor air quality. So we have an air quality alert. All that stagnant air gets trapped closer to the surface. Butler, Warren County included until midnight, where our AQI is going to be up into the 60s. So our air quality index. And that means we have more of a moderate level. So for those of us with asthma or COPD, the best thing to do is just stay inside. It's going to be hot anyway. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s this afternoon, feeling more like 90 with the humidity factored in. We'll do the same thing again tomorrow, but finally a cold front will move on through, take our temperatures down below normal. Normal is 82, 83 degrees, and we'll drop to 70 both Saturday and Sunday. Some of us may not even make it there. We have weather and traffic at 2+ inches of rain all in one sitting to play the catch-up game. Live Doppler 7 is dry, and it plans on staying dry today, but tomorrow's a different story. We have another cold front that's trying to give us some hope. Again, it's not going to be much, but there's hope. So current temperatures in the 40s and 50s for most, others in the low 60s like Dayton at 62. Will reinforce the cooler air. It's about to get hot yet again, in case you didn't know. Summer's not over with, so it'll be closing in on nearly 90 this afternoon and again tomorrow ahead of this cold front. But here's the cold front coming in Friday evening around 6 to 8 o'clock, passing through and giving us our best hope for rain. But out ahead of it, again, it's warm, it's muggy. We have the lift of the boundary, so we're highlighted in green. That is a marginal risk, a level 1 of 5 from the Storm Prediction Center, saying that we have the possibility of a few of these storms to bring in some gusty winds over 60 miles per hour, plus some small hail. The threats are low, but they're there. So let's look at the timing. Today, again, we're fine. There's barely a cloud in the sky. There may be a stray shower, a rumble of thunder overnight and early tomorrow morning, but again, most of us dry. We'll roll into tomorrow afternoon. Let's say noon to 2, where we start to see some initiation. By 3, 4 o'clock, they really start to ramp up here, and you're noticing the reds and the oranges firing. Plus, we'll hold on to that chance for a stray shower or storm into the evening. Again, it's scattered, but it's there. Look at the legend for your totals here. Green and blue indicating about a ½ inch of rain at most. We'll likely stay on the lighter end of things for many of us. But Friday is really our only hope of picking up a ½ inch of rain, close to an inch if you get under a heavier thunderstorm. But through the weekend, we're drying things out. We plan on staying dry or below normal when it comes down to precipitation chances over the next 2 weeks' time. So again, the moderate drought that's in place in Springfield, Xenia, and Salina will likely spread across the Miami Valley. Here's your next 7 days. Storm Center 7-day forecast showing you the dry weather and temperatures fluctuating. This cold front brings us a substantial amount of rain. The problem is it's not going to happen. We've got rain chances. So you're telling me there's a chance, and there is, but out ahead of it, we have warm, moist air and the lift of the boundary, and so that combination brings us this. Once again, we are highlighted in green, a level 1 of 5. According to the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma, we have the possibility of strong winds of 60 miles per hour or greater, or some small hail. Don't expect much of that threat. That threat is extremely low. Again, it's a level 1 of 5, but the opportunity is there. So let's look at futurecast. Starting off today, dry. Again, just a few clouds. Overnight and early tomorrow morning, maybe a stray shower, but most of us holding off until about noon to 2 for initiation. And then that line really sets up across the central part of the valley and pushes through. Notice the reds popping after 3 o'clock. This is when we could be dealing with some of the stronger storms, anywhere between 3 and about 6 in the evening. Then that kicks out. We gradually clear things out Saturday and Sunday, and we're talking about only picking up a quarter to a ½ inch of rain. Not good. Because we need it. We need it to actually do its job. It's soak into the ground and get rid of the drought. But we plan on being dry, not just over the next few days, but really over the next few weeks. The Climate Prediction Center shows us highlighted in this brownish tan color, saying that we have below normal probabilities of rainfall, which means the drought that's in place will likely expand across southwest Ohio, and we wind up with probably tapping into some severe drought in places like Xenia in Springfield, where we're already starting to see the tops of the leaves change color and the crops browning. So your weekend dries out, which is a good thing if you have plans to head out and about, and at least it's not too hot. Temperatures are going to be in the low 70s. We have weather and traffic every 10 minutes. Hey, Jake.
Hey there, Britley. Since I last checked in, there hasn't been an accident reported across the mile.
We're already much warmer this morning than what we were yesterday. 90 degrees this afternoon, and it will feel like 90 degrees because we're going to factor in the humidity and the sunshine bearing down on top of us, which means our ozone layers, or ozone pollutants, I should say, get trapped closer to the surface, and we wind up with poor air quality. So we have Butler and Warren County under an air quality alert until midnight. Our AQI, or air quality index value, reaching into the 60s, so that's a moderate level, and we're dealing with those who have asthma and COPD having a hard time breathing. So the best thing that we can do is to just stay inside. Like we said, it's going to be hot anyway. 88 is your high today, 86 tomorrow. Our typical high, 82 to 85, depending on location. But at least we're cooling things down for the weekend, so you can get out and about. Temperatures only nearing 70. Weather and traffic. Dry conditions across, again, parts of southern Ohio. Live Doppler 7, once again dry this morning. No rain as you head out and about. Temperatures are mild compared to yesterday morning, in the 50s and low 60s. What we're waiting on is the second cold front to reinforce the cooler air and, yes, bring us the potential of rain. How much? Great question. Let's get to it. Ahead of it, we have warm, moist air. You'll notice that today it feels like summer. You factor that in with the front. Tomorrow, we're highlighted in green. That's a level 1 of 5. From the Storm Prediction Center, that is a marginal risk, saying that we have a few storms tomorrow afternoon and evening that may become strong to severe, capable of producing some strong winds over 60 miles per hour, plus some small hail. The threats are low, but they're there. Let's look at the timing. Starting off today fine, we get into the evening, early tomorrow morning, there may be a stray shower. Our best chance, and most of us staying dry until about noon to 2. That's initiation. Some of the strongest storms firing up around 3 to 6 into the evening, and then we'll quiet down into the overnight and Saturday morning. How much rain? With the whole system? Not much. You saw how scattered it was on Futurecast. About a quarter to a half an inch of rain, widespread. Isolated higher amounts and upwards to an inch if you are lucky enough to get under one of these heavier showers or storms. That's it. Once we get through Friday, our rain chances are held to a minimum, if any at all, over the next 5 days. And not just the next 5 days, but the Climate Prediction Center indicating that we may be dry for the next 2 weeks' time. Not good, because here's the drought. This is the last drought monitor that came out last Thursday. Springfield, Xenia, under a moderate drought, Salina now included. Most of us abnormally dry, but you're seeing the reds and the darker tans. That is a severe to extreme drought that could push closer to us here in southwest Ohio. So the Miami Valley will likely see some of that moderate drought expand yet again. Over the weekend, we do dry things out. We talked about it, but at least it's not going to be too hot today. And out ahead of it, though, we have warm, moist air, and the lift of the boundary combined with the warm, moist air gives us the potential of a few stronger storms. So you see us highlighted in green here. This is a level 1 of 5, a marginal risk according to the Storm Prediction Center. We have the potential of strong winds, 60 miles per hour or greater, or small hail. So watch that closely. It's a small risk, but it's there. So just pay attention. You'll see the timing here on Futurecast. Today we're dry, but tonight and into tomorrow morning, a stray shower possible. Don't expect much out of that. A lot of us will stay dry, but by, let's say, noon to 2 o'clock, we have initiation for these storms. And then the bulk of it, the strongest of the storms coming in anywhere between 3 and 6 o'clock into the evening. Then it winds down. We lose the severe weather threat, and we gradually clear things out. As for rainfall totals, we're only talking a quarter to a half an inch. That's what you're seeing here with the greens and the blues if you look up toward the legend. But isolated higher amounts up to an inch are a possibility. Many of us won't tap into that. A lot of us are going to stay on the lighter end of things. In fact, our rain chances over the next 5 days are pretty limited. Friday looks to be our best shot. And within the next 2 weeks' time, the Climate Prediction Center says, okay, we have a below normal probability of any type of rain moving in, which doesn't help because we are abnormally dry. This is the latest drought monitor. We'll have an update for you at noon today. But as of last Thursday, Salina was now included in the moderate drought. We'll probably tap into more of a severe drought across parts of Greene County, Clinton County, maybe up into Champaign and as well as Clark. We'll watch this closely, but I think all of us are going to be abnormally dry, if not under a moderate drought here with the next drought monitor that'll come out later today. Otherwise, enjoy your quiet weekend. Cool weekend. We're only in the low 70s. We have weather and traffic every 10 minutes. Hey, Jake.
Hey there, Britley. A lot more of us will be heading out here soon. Of course, getting closer to 7 o'clock and starting to see a lot more traffic on 75 here in downtown Dayton. But we are moving just fine north and southbound. This is 75 at 3rd Street in the downtown area near Sinclair. Traffic right now, as you can see, getting through the city without any extra time. And your traffic forecast is just a reminder about a construction